Yo, 420 Kids live direct in effect. Oklahoma City bound to D-Town is going down. Knowledge is key. Dirty Mac, and what's happening?
Buddy.
Man, what's going on? Hey, man, looking at it, man. And today's episode, we got Jaylen Brown calls out Brooklyn Nets owner Joe Tsai. You know, it's been a lot of controversy over the Kyrie Irving alleged anti-Semitic remarks. Like I said, I still haven't seen the film, and he didn't make it. I disagree with him being anti-Semitic because he said he respects all walks of life. He apologized to the people he offended, yet it's still not good enough. What you think about that, bro? Before we go into this quick video article, man.
Oh yeah, exactly that, bro. There has to be a point of enough being enough. Jaylen Brown, brother. Big ups to that brother, man. Vice president of the president. What is he? Vice president?
The Players Association. Yeah, he's the vice president of the Players Association. So
not many people want to call out.
Absolutely.
He said, it takes a quick 20 minutes view.
Absolutely. Quick 20-minute view just to settle shit. You hear me? So, yeah, technical difficulties, but we're going to go into this video article.
You responded to Joe Tsai's comment about Kyrie on Twitter. What about that bothered you? And what about Joe Tsai's comment? And then what, if anything, that the league has done has bothered you?
Yeah, his response was alarming to me. I tweeted it out yesterday. He didn't say that the organization was working together to get Kyrie back on the floor. He said that he had more work to do. And our society has more work to do, including Joe Tsai. And it's 2022. It takes 10 minutes of time to see who, these business owners, corporations, et cetera, who they're associated with, who they're doing business with, and who they're affiliated with. And I'm vice president of the union, and it's part of my job to protect our players legally. And to see Phil Knight first come out and condemn, Kyrie, and also see Joe Tsai say he has more work to do, I think it's time for a larger conversation. And Adam came out and said a statement that he doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic, yet he's still suspended indefinitely. So those are my thoughts.
So what do you think the reaction should be with him if that's not the way to do it? Like what should be the response?
I said this before, I think it's uncharted territory. I think it's no distinction between what somebody says versus what somebody posts. And I guess that's what they're trying to figure out. The terms that the Brooklyn Nets instituted for his return. I voice, my discomfort. Some of our players, some people in the media voice some of their discomfort with that. And, we've yet to hear, what is the latest with that situation.
Yeah, man. I agree with that, man, and I disagree. I agree and I disagree with the brother's talking about. So I don't know he should have asked the reporter, hey man, what you think the punishment should be? Because all they worried about isn't getting punished. He's been suspended for 7+ games $500,000 fine. He's all kinds of stipulations. So,
it's still an indefinite suspension. He's already missed 5 or 6 games. So, how many games is he going to continue to miss? Is it another situation going on there? Is it a larger situation going on there? Is another conversation that need to be had? We've yet to find out. So, I'm staying tuned, and I'm keeping my phone on and just see what is going to come of this situation.
I appreciate that too. Big ups to Jaylen Brown for standing up. He's part of the National Players Association, so they have duties and responsibility to make sure the rules are being, basically obeyed by the players to where it's like a union for the players. So, like I say, big ups to Jaylen Brown for standing up for other NBA players in justice.
So this question as a part of the executive committee, do you have concerns about the parameters that were set up for his return to play as far as just creating a level of steps of things that have to be fulfilled? And do you think that's something that needs to be addressed in discussions over the next collective bargaining agreement?
Absolutely. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before in our league. So to say that this is what is needed for somebody to return, we just thought that was excessive. Players thought that was excessive. So I'm not sure if that's going to be something that would be a CBA negotiation point or talking mechanism. I just know that there's sensitivity, on both sides that need to be addressed. And I'm looking forward to the union and the NBA and the Brooklyn Nets coming to a solution in the near future.
And I know that there's been a lot of support for Kyrie's character and things you mentioned, like Adam saying, but obviously it took him a while to be willing to confront the issue that people have with the content he shared and apologize for it. So considering that the way that he handled the situation seemed kind of uncharted, is it reasonable for organizations to try to at least find some sort of way for the player to kind of demonstrate contrition when they feel like the player's not doing it in a way that the public will accept?
The public? What is he talking about? The public would accept. It's not about the public. It's about the NBA team owners and the people that are whiteballing them for no reason for him speaking an opinion. It's like he said he said a post about a movie. That's like me saying, "Hey, check out Black Panther. I like it," and then all of a sudden it's, "Hey, I didn't make the movie." So let's go back to Jaylen Brown.
I'm sorry, what's your question?
Sorry. Yes, the question is, was it, even though you have issues with the way that the parameters the Nets set out, is it fair for the Nets to try to create some sort of, way for him to satisfy everybody's need for there to be an apology that they feel is sincere?
I'm not sure how to answer that question. I think you are asking for a need to satisfy the common public, and I'm not sure if that is something that Kyrie is looking to do. I don't think he meant any harm by posting it. Obviously, it came off as insensitive to a lot of people, but Adam came out with a statement. He doesn't believe Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic. Joe Tsai came out and said a statement that they don't believe he is anti-Semitic. Those were their words. So he's already apologized, formally through his IG post. He said he supports all walks of life, et cetera. But the comment that Joe Tsai made, which I feel like bothered, a lot of people, was like, he has more work to do. Like, what does that mean? Our society has more work to do, including Joe Tsai. So I'm curious to know what that is, what that means, and everybody's tuned in and watching the situation because this is our league. We all are basketball players, but we all are human beings as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing the union and NBA figure out what the next steps are.
Brother Kyrie Irving and Kanye West, and as well as Dave Chappelle now, they're being crucified for making statements. In America, you have a such thing as free speech, but every action has a reaction. You can say what you want, but you have to suffer the consequences later. So the thought is being controlled through the media as well as through the television stations and the radio stations. So they're telling people what to think instead of how to think. They're telling people what to think instead of how to think. So when we hear these media moguls like CNN, Sports Center, ESPN, portraying the athletes in a negative image just for they haven't committed any crimes. They're accusing the people of hate. The people are accusing that these people are hateful. They are the hateful people. Like he said, Adam Silver, and as well as Joe Tsai, the owner of the Nets and the NBA commissioner, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets and the NBA commissioner said they didn't believe Kyrie Irving was anti-Semitic. That should be enough to reinstate him immediately. But we always have to get some extra backlash. And when is enough? Everybody has to take a stand for this injustice that's going on, the exploitation in the NBA, the league. A lot of these players, they get hurt, used, and abused, and when they're out of the league, mega superstars, they're broke now. So we got to do better, man. And I think the Brooklyn Nets and the NBA should reinstate Kyrie Irving immediately. Not immediately, but immediately. And we're going to keep it short and sweet. Like I said, I appreciate y'all pulling up, messing with us. Y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all here fucking with us.